Hey, what up, guys? Breaking news. I'm not going to even play around with it today. As you can see by the heading, uh, I say that Josh's feelings are really hurt because of the Grizz trade. Let me tell you something, guys. If you've heard anything from my channel recently, you don't know much about me. I have said a lot of strong words concerning Ja and the Grizzlies organization on how, hey, I agree with all the antics, all the things of the past, just the non-playing, the non-reaching a certain level of potential. I can understand why the organization wouldn't want to keep spending $40 million a year for a guy who's not even playing, and things have pretty much went downhill since the so-called gun incident and things of that nature. But let me tell you, I'm also the same guy that before I even started this channel and things of that nature. If you knew me behind the scenes, you would know how much I love the hell out of Ja Morant and wanted him here in Memphis more than anybody. When we had the number 2 pick, when everybody was saying we should have got Zion, I was one of the people saying, nah, man, I want this kid named Ja Morant. And it wasn't a whole bunch of people saying that, but I was one of them. And my mom was like, why you want this kid? I said, Mom, this dude here, he really got the potential to be the best player that's ever played. And you think about it, he did. He had all the athleticism. He had all the passing, all the dribbling, all the clutch genes and things of that nature. One thing he lacked was the shooting. But you figure, okay, that's something he can always add and just at least get competent at. And right at the height of him coming into his own, the gun thing happened and it unraveled everything. Not only that, it's just a level of bravado that you love, but then you also hate out of Morant, because me and my brother and my friends, when we grew up playing, and even players that I watched like Magic and Jordan and Larry and all these other guys that have come up over the years, the Kobe's, a lot of these guys talk crap, but they don't run away when the heat comes, they try to come back another day and get you. They don't talk crap and run away. So one of the things I used to hate about Morant, which played into this eventual trade, was, for one, he'd do so much laughing once we're down by 50 points, and he had something to do with it. Or we're getting blown out and you're in street clothes and you find things funny. No, I don't find anything funny when we're getting blown out. Those things add up. And not only that, after saying I'm fine in the West, never really stepping up to defend that, and tell somebody finally, like I told you, we fine in the West. He never stood behind that, and frankly was never healthy enough to back it up, and therefore left a lot of his teammates out to dry, so to speak, having to try to stand up to that. And in the process, we got skint, like skint bears, so to speak, so many times. So just think, as fans, we love Morant, and I'm going to tell you why. Looking at that interview, I don't care. You can laugh at me, but as a grown man, it's times I damn near felt like almost wanting to shed a tear, because I loved Morant, not only for his athleticism, but because you know why? That guy loved Memphis. Now, that's one thing you ain't finna take away from him. He was saying in that video how Memphis is always going to be his home. And look, let me tell you something. A lot of people are born and raised in Memphis and are Memphians and talk bad about Memphis like a dog, and I'm one of them. But whenever you leave Memphis, I don't know what it is to make you love this damn place. But some people do become transplant Memphians, where when they get here, they ain't just visitors no more. They pretty much Memphis people. And I don't know what was in Ja's blood, but maybe to his detriment, he became a Memphis person. And I say detriment only because you can't get involved with the wrong crowd around here, so to speak. It doesn't mean that Memphis people are bad. It's some of the best people you ever want to meet. but you can get involved in some of the wrong things, some of the wrong influences, and they can be strong here in Memphis. So I don't know what really happened with that, but I say this: I appreciate that guy for loving us. And all throughout the interview, it looked like he wanted to cry. And I said that I came down hard on him because I'm like, bro, you ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to love us. You supposed to been and said something by now. Jaylen Brown came and said something out to his Celtics people. But he said it several times about what Memphis felt to him. And one of the things that really hit me hard, I can't lie, once again, him being traded is justified at this point. And the thing is, truth be told, my brother could tell you if he was on this train. I said after the second gun incident, which was like only a couple of weeks later after the first one, I said, Kevin, I'm sorry, we got to trade him. Because if he's making these type of dumb moves, something wrong. You know, we got to get him out of here. And the thing is, with trades, you always want to trade high, never low. And we would have got a boatload for him at that time. But we held on too long. But my brother will tell you, that's what I said even back then. But with all that said, this guy's hurt. He didn't want to leave. And I feel bad for him. But it had to be done. But you can hear the hurt in him. But he sort of gave us our goodbye throughout that speech. And what, like I say, what really touched me is when he was like, man, the reporter was like, so how did you sort of process this trade and things of that nature? How did you process it all? And Ja was like, man, to be honest with you, I'm still processing it now. It's really just hitting me. So I just think it was one of those things where he was in denial. He didn't really want to admit that it was happening even to himself, even though he was going through the motions of it happening. And I think it's somewhere in him, he wanted to remain, thinking he was going to remain a Grizzly, even though he knew it was over. I've had dreams. I know you've had dreams. I had some dreams even this year that was supposed to go a certain way. And man, none of it turned out like it was supposed to. I've had dreams that went like I thought they were going to go. But sometimes they don't go like we think they're going to go. But in this case, it hurts me more than anything because I'm gonna get out of here. I don't want my evaluation to last longer than his interview. But what really hurts me about his Memphis stay is one of his greatest gift he never really embraced, and that's passing. You know, he's a masterful passer. He needs to be averaging 12 to 15 assists a game, and that would alleviate a lot of his shooting. So I wish him well, but this had to be done. A lot of people, hardcore fans like me, they might not understand, but guess what? You can't pay a guy $40 million a year continually if he ain't even on the court. And in this days in game, you can't be a point guard and be shooting in the mid-20s to high 20% in 3-point percentage, man. Even if you're a halfway decent point guard, you got to be shooting the three-pointer at a low to medium 30% clip at least. You got to be like from 31 to 36%. You know, that's like a baseline now. And Ja is well below that, and you just can't have that as a point guard. So him not playing, low 3-point percentage. The thing about and I'm gonna get out here with this. The thing about the off-court troubles is he was like, man, why ain't people forgetting about my off-court troubles? Well, Kobe was accused of rape. You know what you got to do to get people to forget your off-court troubles? You got to ball the hell out to make people forget. If you don't come back and start being a winner on the court, man, they never forget the bad stuff. But that is how you make them forget. See, they never truly forget, but they stop talking about it. You hear even when Kobe was here, God rest his soul, every now and again, somebody throw up Kobe's rape trial, but you don't really hear much about it. You know why? Kobe was a champion after that. During the rape trial, Kobe hit like 40 10 times in a row. So, Ja, you've been absent since the trouble. And so with the Grizzlies, That stuff never disappeared because you never showed up. We got one playoff series victory. So God bless you. You hurt my heart. I hate that you got to be hurt. I could tell you want to end your career here, and I wish you could have ended your career, because that means you would have become at least half the player that I thought you should be, and you still have a chance to be. But now we got Boozer and the young crew, and I don't think any of them individually have your physical talents. But we got a lot of tough dogs with a lot of them with some high IQ, especially Boozer. I like the young core, and it's time for us to move on. It is time for you to move on. I wish you well, and I pray that you're healthy enough to at least show up in Memphis, so people can show love, and that's should be a hell of a game. But that's how I think about that interview. I wanted to do a live stream because I didn't feel like doing no damn editing. But I'm out of here. Love you. Hope you enjoyed it. Ja, take care, man. Grizzly fans, keep your head up. It's on to the future. Like I say, sorry you had to be hurt, Ja, but like you say, it is a business. You can't ask people to keep paying money when they ain't getting a lot of returns. I'm out.